Hi there, Ruth from aRTful Stampin here. I'm just coming today to show you how to make a really cute little spring card. And I know this looks like a little bit of a jumble in here, this basket here, but I wanted to show you, if you've seen advertised on my Facebook or on my blog, a card or craft buffet, I wanted to show you what exactly that was. Basically what happens is I hire a room and I have lots of tables, and on each table is one of these baskets. And in this basket contains all the things that you need to create one of these cards. Now, sometimes it's a card, sometimes it's a 3D item. The next craft buffet rather I'm doing is I'm going to be actually doing some scrapbooking as well. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to make this card today, and I'm hoping that all the ingredients are going to be in here. This is my test to check that I've packed everything. So what we need for this card here is some card. This is the Naturals Ivory, and I love this card. It makes a cardstock. It makes a really lovely card base. So I've cut it lengthways. I believe this is 5 3/4 inches by 4 inches wide. Obviously double that to create the actual card, and then fold it in half. Okay, so what we need here is some olive, crushed curry and some Daffodil Delight. And we are mainly using this set here, the Garden Party. And it's a little bit of an overlooked stamp set, this one, but it's a really, really lovely one. It's very versatile. Okay, I've got my sponges ready. And then the other thing I have in my basket, which you can hear me rummaging around for, are some cutouts. So this flower comes from the, I was going to say it comes from the current catalogue. No, it doesn't. It comes in the spring catalogue, that bouquet Big's Die. And then we're going to use the pansy flower punch to cut another one. So if you are coming to my card buffet, you would have to do this yourself. I've pre-cut some of it, but you'd have to do that yourself. Then what we're going to do is start mounting up the stamps. Now again, usually I do some of this work for you. If you were to come to my event, I'd have these ready and loaded for you. But I'm just showing you, this is kind of doing it from scratch and what tends to happen. Okay, so find another block. I'm also using on this card a little piece of the Irresistibly Yours Designer Series paper. And because I love it so much, we're only going to use a tiny weeny bit because I want it to last as long as possible. Okay, those are loaded up. So I'll also get this little piece of card here. So again, this would be ready for you. You wouldn't have to cut that out yourself. I would have it all pre-prepped for you. Okay, I'm going to sit down now because I'm going to get stamping. So the first thing I want to do is to stamp with crushed curry this little flower just into the middle of that there. And I haven't got it quite in the middle, but never mind. And then I'm going to open the Daffodil Delight and get my sponge, get some ink on here. And I'm just going to ink the edges of this. Okay, you see how that's nicely sponged. And I'm going to use my good old tweezers just to create a little bit of texture. So palm upwards, pop the tweezers in, created a new word there, thumb and finger over and twist. And this just adds a little bit of texture. Oh, the sun's shining today. I'm filming this in the morning for once. Usually I do these films in the evening and have to use artificial light, but it's really nice to have the sunshine on my face this morning. Okay, there we go. That's for later. Then I'm going to get the leaf. Oh no, No, I sponged first. Oops. I actually write out instructions. Look, these are instructions. So let me see. What did I put? Sponge. Sponge first. Oh no, I think we'll use the. Oh no, Daffodilight. Daffodilight. I'm just going to sponge all over this piece of card, and you can see the flowers are starting to pop a little bit. And then we're going to get the old olive and randomly kind of stamp these leaves all over. Then we're going to get another sponge just to clean up, and I just do small circular motions because it is going to smear a little bit onto the yellow, but it doesn't matter. It just helps make the flowers pop a little bit. I'm just going to add a couple more leaves there. Okay, so isn't that lovely? I think I've seen lots of people sponging and inking and so on these, and not so many people actually stamping onto the Irresistibly Yours. And I'm not saying you can do it with all of them, but particularly that this flower design is really pretty because you can put these leaves in the background of the flower. Okay, so that's going to actually stick on there in a minute. But before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So let me find my sample card. She says, I mean, how can I lose something in such a short space of time? Well, believe me, if you know me, I do. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in my sample card so that I've got a rough idea. Now, you don't have to copy this exactly. Oh, nearly sponged. Oh, no, got the wrong ink then. Okay, right. So I'm going to have a little bit of a leaf spray here. There. Oh, maybe another one there as well. Yay. Okay. Then the crushed curry. And then it's also useful just to bring this in and think, okay, where's this going to go? So I'm going to pop that there. So I want to put the row of crushed curry flowers along the bottom. There we go. So that's going to go there. And then a little spray of the flowers there. And you know what, for this one I think I'm just going to do a little spray there as well. Then this little flower comes back in. Maybe pop some down here as well. Okay, now for those of you who are Stampin' Up! Aficionados, who are maybe demonstrators, you may be thinking, where did Ruth get that For You stamp from? Now, I have to go and find it because silly me, I've not packed it together, but I'll find it very quickly. It is this stamp set here, Teeny Tiny Wishes, and I'm going to show you what stamp it is. I'm hoping it's in here. Maybe I should turn it over so I can see what I'm looking for. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it is this stamp set, this stamp here, For Your Shower. Okay, now using the Stampin' Up! Markers, using the brush tip, you can ink the stamp very carefully and just select For You. So we're going to miss out the R shower. Okay, so we've got For You. And this is a great way to actually use this stamp because I have to confess I don't think I've ever used it as a For Your Shower. But as a For You, I think I'm going to be using this a little bit more often because it's a nice generic sentiment that can be used for all sorts of occasions. Okay, so then just stamp it on there. There we go. Right, I'm going to stick that piece on. Oh, look, and this is when the glue decides not to work. Okay, I'll get the other glue out. Okay, right, where are my flowers? Bring my flowers back in. Just grab a dimensional. Now, because this flower here actually has a hole in it, it already comes like that. All I do is pop a dimensional over the middle, then stick my flower down, and because it's got the hole there, it should pick up then the second flower. If you push down hard enough, it will stick. Okay, and then all that remains then is to pop a little pearl onto the centre of my flower, and then the card is finished. And then if you want to decorate an envelope, you can do that, and I do encourage my ladies to come to the workshop so that, you know, the stamps are out, they may as well decorate the envelope as well. It's nice to give a little hint of what's about to come in your card when you open it. Okay, I'm using this envelope because I've already got a bit of marks on it, so I'm not going to be giving these to my ladies. Oh, right, and there we have it. There's your envelope. And there's your card. Okay, thank you for joining me. See you soon. Bye.